Hello everyone and welcome back to the syllabus and strategy discussion for IAS part 3. In this video, we are going to talk about civil services aptitude test, which is CSAT. What does the UPSC say about CSAT? CSAT is the paper 2 of the preliminary exam and it is a qualifying paper which must be noted. It is a qualifying paper with minimum qualifying marks fixed at 33%. What does being a qualifying paper mean? It means that if you are not able to achieve 33% marks in it, then you are going to be out of the process and your paper 1 of the preliminary exam, that is general studies, will not be marked and you will be immediately out of the process. So achieving 33% marks is an essential for your further progress during the examination process. Now, what is asked in this process? The syllabus is given on the right hand side of your slide. It asks about comprehension, interpersonal skills, logical reasoning and analytical ability, decision making and problem solving, general mental ability, basic numeracy. This is a topic that we are going to discuss, but I think UPSC also has given it quite comprehensively, numbers and their relations, order of magnitude, class 10th level. It is very notable that they are not going to ask any calculus based things which belong to plus 10 levels. Then data interpretation, which is very important, especially given the amount of questions, the kind of questions UPSC has asked in the previous years. There are a total of 80 questions, each carrying 2.5 marks and also carrying a negative marking of 1/3. Therefore, while doing this paper, you must be cautious about this 1/3 negative marking. Otherwise, you are going to get below this 33% level and will not be able to qualify. Now, we have to understand the syllabus now. There are basically two parts if you see it. One is related to language and comprehension and other is related to maths and logical reasoning. Based on your academic background, you might have different strengths. For example, people with engineering background are generally well scoring in this maths and logical reasoning part, and they are very good at arithmetic, permutation, combination, time and distance, and data interpretation. On the other hand, people with humanities background are generally good with communication skills, English comprehension, and general comprehension. Therefore, you must be able to identify your own strengths and weaknesses, and based on that, you can customize your strategy. The study material is very important in any endeavor during the examination preparation. First of all, you should cover the previous year UPSC CSAT papers. Now the CSAT is there for almost 10 years. If every year 80 questions are asked, then you can be sure that you have 800 UPSC standard questions, and doing them you can have a broad base of practice. Secondly, you can pick any book for learning about the basic concepts, because going through the basics is very important. However, I would like to emphasize that you should not spend more than 10 days on it, because all these concepts basically belong to class 10th level and they are not very difficult. So your aim should be to quickly cover them and focus on practice after that, because understanding the concept here is not the challenge, but applying those concepts within the time limits of the examination is a challenge. And finally, you can try out latest practice papers which are well available in the market. So what should be your strategy? First thing is start early enough. It is a good practice to try a practice paper and score yourself to understand your base level. Many people think that this is just a qualifying paper, so we can start practicing it in the last month. I would like to emphasize that this is a bad strategy. You cannot improve upon your aptitude within a month. Therefore, you will have to start early enough, and you have to start by trying a practice paper so that you know where you exactly stand in compared to the required qualifying marks of 33%. Then you should start picking up the topics one by one. One by one is very important, because taking the whole of the syllabus at one go is going to mess up your preparation and create a chaos. Therefore, you should pick topics one by one, and you should start preferably with one where you expect to do well. This is just to enhance your confidence so that you start building a momentum towards your preparation. And here again, I note that aspirants with non-mathematical background can start with comprehension and logical reasoning. This will help them build momentum. Third, you should start practicing questions related to that topic. Without practicing questions, no preparation of CSAT is meaningful. It is redundant completely. And when you practice question, you should note your strengths and weaknesses, and whatever weaknesses you identify, you should start working on them with the help of mentors. Once you are done with that topic, then you start picking another topic and keep repeating the process. And as you build your repertoire of knowledge in all these topics, your practice should continue. Your practice should not stop. It is a slow and consistent process which you will have to do patiently over months. I'm not saying you should spend hours and hours daily, because naturally you also have a merit-based paper, which is paper one of preliminary exam. But at the same time, you cannot afford to ignore or neglect CSAT, because this is qualifying. Without this, you are going to be out of the process immediately. However, there are some pitfalls in CSAT preparation, which I would like to warn you with. For example, many people ignore CSAT because it is only qualifying. It is qualifying. I think that makes it the most important part, not the least important part, because if you are not able to qualify, then you will not get another chance. Then thinking CSAT is easy. I think all of us have heard about stories where people were well above the merit which was for preliminary paper one, but they were not able to clear CSAT, therefore they were out of the process. And I can share with you, this is very disheartening. Then keeping CSAT for last 10, 30 or 60 days. Again, this is a bad strategy, because if you are not good at some particular part, then you are not going to be able to improve upon that topic in the last few days, which are actually the pressure days right before the preliminary exam. Then spending too much time on theory. I think this is always very easy for you mentally, that you pick up a book and keep reading about concepts. It gives you a kind of complacency that you are doing something, but effectively it is not much. In fact, without practice, your all preparation based on your theory is a nullity as far as CSAT is concerned. Therefore, do not spend too much time on theory. And this is extremely important. Don't try to remember the solutions. Question number A was related to the question number C that you practiced in one of the papers. Therefore, you were able to solve it. This kind of strategy will not work in CSAT, because UPSC always brings very original questions where you will have to apply your mind and apply your basic concepts. So don't try to remember the solutions. Sixth, practicing only certain type of questions. Now, I have heard many aspirants talking like this, that since it requires only 33% of marks, so we are going to do only certain type of questions, and they are going to push us beyond that qualifying level. That is a very, very big mistake, because UPSC always mix certain difficult questions with certain easy questions. And if it turns out that the difficult questions belong to the types of questions that you prepared, then you are going to be in trouble and nobody is going to help you. So therefore, you should prepare yourself for all types of questions that are asked in the exam, and that is the only way you will be able to comfortably clear that qualifying level. And finally, practicing without time control. Many students are able to solve those questions which are asked in UPSC CSAT, but they are not able to solve it quickly. They are not able to solve it within time. Therefore, even though they know the concepts, even though they have practiced it, but they practice them without time control, and it ultimately yields poor results in the final exam. Therefore, it becomes important that you keep all these possible pitfalls in your mind while preparing for CSAT. And if you are able to do it, then I do not think that you are going to face much problems in finally clearing the CSAT and qualify for further stages of the examination. One important quote which is very relevant for CSAT is slow and steady is good, but fast and consistent is always better. Therefore, I would like to wish you very good luck with your CSAT preparation. In the next video, we are going to cover the preparation for General Studies Paper 1 of the mains exam. Till then, good luck with your all endeavors. Thanks a lot.